Hello, everybody. Welcome to Scotland for another edition of Barely Inbounds. Hey, Dave, how are things in Florida, should I ask?
Oh, I'm good, Sal. Here, look, I got an old British Open T-shirt on for you, so at least I'm in the spirit here.
I got my British Open hat. I will get you one of these 2009 British Open hats. Hey, a lot of excitement here. Tiger is back. The golf course can't be any lovelier. I've never seen a major championship golf course that looks as green, well manicured, and perfect as this.
Wow, that's excellent. I'm looking forward to it. I hear, though, the rough is awfully thick. They did have a lot of rain coming in, so it's not exactly going to be a firm, fast golf course, is it?
Well, it is. It rained the last couple of days, but they've only had 5 days of rain in the last month. So the golf course is very firm as they'd like it. The greens are good, and the greens are flat, but the rough is really high, and this is going to be a golf course that's going to test driving. And you know what? You got to wonder, are we looking at another repeat of 2006 with Tiger Woods?
Oh, what, just hitting nothing but irons off the tee? I think he was being rather coy about that during his press conference, wasn't he?
Oh, absolutely. I think he's got a game plan, just like he had at Hoylake. I'm looking for, a lot of the same thing that he did there. And the combination of him hitting the ball so well the last couple of events he's played, in this, you got to wonder who can beat him.
Yeah, well, we'll come back to the picks in a minute. I think something that's really kind of interesting, I was looking at the pairings, and speaking of Woods, you got him with Ryo Ishikawa, which I think, that's going to even test Tiger's patience, I think, with all the media that's going to be swarming around there. And it's going to be a little bit different than he typically has to deal with, I think.
Well, and then on top of that, he's also playing with Lee Westwood, so you're going to get a lot of the media, especially if Lee starts playing well, you're going to get an overabundance, which he has been lately. His putting is really good. You know what? I'll tell you. I'll be truthful. When I went to the bookies this morning, I put a lot of money on Lee Westwood, and I put a lot on Ian Poulter. Even though I like Tiger, the odds are just incredible on these other guys.
Oh yeah, there's no sense not betting somebody with some odds to it, some sort of long shot. Geez. Hey, I'm looking again some other pairings that I just think were kind of interesting. This red hot Martin Kamer, he's playing with Ernie Els and your U.S. Open champ Lucas Glover. That's going to be one that's going to attract a lot of people. And
absolutely.
Go ahead.
No, you're right. It's going to create a lot because Kamer's the hottest person on the planet right now.
And you got Sergio Garcia playing with Tom Watson. Maybe he'll learn a little bit, from the old veteran, 5-time Open champion. That could be pretty good.
I think that's going to be terrific because of the fact that Watson may have an influence of calming him down, making things a lot better for him. And you know what? Sergio came in today, and he wasn't the usual cocky Sergio self and things like that.
Interesting.
And I honestly think he really wants to win this. He says he's really been practicing and things like that. I guess we'll know tomorrow if everything like that's going to happen.
Hey, Rory McIlroy going out with Anthony Kim. That's going to create a little bit of buzz out there, I think.
Well, the buzz is the youngsters of golf, and there you have what could be the future of golf in 5-7 years down the road.
Then you got 3 guys who could possibly win it in another pretty interesting pairing that's going to draw people. Your defending champ, Padraig Harrington, Jim Furyk, and Jeff Ogilvy.
And they're going to be really good. I like Ogilvy. The other two, a little shaky and things like that. But this is also, not only do you have to drive the ball good, but the greens are so flat. These greens are a lot like Torrey Pines, so you're going to have to make a lot of putts. So that could come into favor with Jim Furyk if he can get his putter going.
Yeah. Hey, okay, so you went to the bookmaker. Did you put anything on David Duval?
You know what? David Duval has long odds, and quite frankly, I may get up very early in the morning and reconsider that because, Double D is, he wants to win again. He's coming to a place that I think he could do very well in, and let's not discount him for tomorrow. I think he's going to be very good.
I mean, the guy showed so much confidence, and you know, I think maybe it's all kind of coming back to him. I mean, how could you not help but like what you saw at the U.S. Open? And you know, attitude is everything. And if he's, you know, particularly if he does have the confidence back, we know he's got the talent. He's certainly got the experience to do it. You know, I don't think he's going to win the thing, but I would certainly go each way on him. You know, he might be up there in the top 5. Probably, but I think he'll definitely be top 25.
Oh, absolutely. And we have a lot of good things happening at Golf Observer. I'm here. I'm going to be doing some blogs. You're going to be doing some blogs for us. I know David Barrett's going to be doing some. I've got John Huggins with a couple of stories. We also have Louis Mayer who's going to write for us every day on our blogs. So, you know, it's going to be a pretty good week.
Give me your picks, Sal. Who do you like? Who's going to win?
Well, you know what? We both like Tiger, and you got to like Tiger. But if you discount Tiger and say, hey, you can't pick Tiger, I like the 2 English guys. I really like Ian Poulter. He's got the eye of Valhalla, the same eye of the Tiger that he went out and played so well at Valhalla with. And I think he's going to do very well. He really wants it a lot. And Lee Westwood, you know, he's kind of nonchalant type of guy. He's been around forever. He has problems with his putting. The putting's been okay the last couple of weeks, and I think these greens are flat enough, perfect enough for him to do good, and he's a great driver of the golf ball. How about you? Who do you like?
You got a long shot?
Double D.
Okay.
Of course, David Duval.
All right. I'm going to go. You went with 2 Englishmen. I'm going with a couple of Northern Irishmen. Graham McDowell. You know, this guy seems to rise to the occasion in big events, and his last 4 starts at majors have been ties for 18th at the U.S. Open, 17th at the Masters, 15th at last year's PGA Championship, and 19th at last year's British Open. That's pretty strong. And, you know, there's a guy, again, Northern Irelander, knows the links courses. My other one, I got to go with Rory McIlroy. I know he's just a kid, but he is so incredibly precocious. And, you know, I was at the Walker Cup a couple of years back when he was playing there in Northern Ireland. And we went to visit Hollywood, the club where he plays at. And one of the members there told me about making a bet that I believe it was something like 500 to 1 that he would win a British Open sometime. You know, this guy may collect a lot sooner than he thinks.
Yeah. Who's your long shot?
Kenny Perry. I know the guy had got
long
such
shot.
a bad...
He's won so many times. How can he be a long shot?
Well,
but I guess if I could take...
He's a long shot for this. Everybody thinks he doesn't like the British Open. He hasn't played in the last couple of years. To me, he's sort of a long shot. So, you know, I'm thinking after flubbing that chip at the Masters, and he admitted that those kind of touch shots are not exactly his strength. Well, he's been working on that hard, which he's going to need to win around that place. And, you know, they talk about him skipping the last couple of Opens, but his 3 previous starts there, he tied for 11th, tied for 16th, and tied for 8th. So he knows he can play.
Well, briefly, because we have to go, Brett Quigley, everybody was saying, well, why didn't he take a spot? He had a very important Pro-Am obligation that he wanted to fulfill on Monday, and him and his wife are going to Chris Smith's wife's memorial up in Milwaukee. He felt that was more important than coming to the British Open, so he does get a pass. Hey, Dave.
He does, no question.
Dave, guess what time it is? It's a nice time for a little Glenfiddich. With the sun going down, I'm ready for it.
Sal, that sounds like an excellent idea. I think I'll do the same. Here's the Turnberry.